Hi guys, since I started Mega's Movie Picks, I've reviewed a lot of movies in a positive light. And that's led to some accusations that I may be biased when it comes to reviewing movies and that I can only give positive reviews. Well, that's not the case. I can give negative reviews and I will. Today, I'm going to review a movie that was so joyless, so soulless, that I couldn't stand even a second of it. And that's The Mummy. Not the 1932 Boris Karloff masterpiece that started it all. Not the 1999 timeless film with Brendan Fraser. I'm talking about the 2017 reboot starring Tom Cruise, who I usually love, mind you. I love Tom Cruise. Give me a Mission Impossible flick any day. But let me tell you, this movie was bad. And let me tell you why. I'm not talking stupid like the Fast and the Furious movies. I'm talking bad. Now, I can dig a bad movie. Bad movies aren't necessarily bad. If they've got heart, if they've got soul, if they're entertaining, I still enjoy it. That's what the movies are all about, entertainment. Not everything has to be Stanley Kubrick or David Fincher or Fellini. Some things are just fun. But this movie is not fun. It is not good. It is inane, it is insipid, and it is cynical as hell. Funnily enough, this movie actually tried to warn us it was going to be a piece of crap before it even came out. They released a trailer where the audio mix was incorrect, and the results were hilarious. If you don't believe me, check it out. Right off the bat, this movie makes the first mistake by showing you the Dark Universe logo. Now, what is the Dark Universe, you ask? It was a failed experiment. It was a failed attempt to create a Marvel-like franchise with these universal monsters like the Mummy, the Invisible Man, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Dr. Jekyll, who is played by Russell Crowe in this movie, eating up scenery like some kind of Nick Fury character that's going to assemble these monsters in some kind of super team. It makes no sense. It's fine to make it a big action adventure movie, but don't start off with this kind of franchise building crap when you haven't even earned it. What ensues is an hour and 45 minutes of nonsense, where characters just happen to be in the right place at the right time, where they awaken the mummy, who's some kind of reject from the Suicide Squad movie. She looks terrible, her powers are inconsistent, and there's chase scene after chase scene of CGI animals, birds, rats, spiders, sandstorms, whatever they need to have Tom Cruise run away from, this movie's got it. And speaking of Tom Cruise, he's 55 years old in this movie, and the love interest is 22 years his junior. This is a terrible issue in Hollywood films, and it's on perfect display here. Then they have the audacity to put Easter eggs in there, like the book from the 1999 Mummy seen behind me, or the Creature from the Black Lagoon's arm. These are cheap attempts to earn goodwill from the audience without actually making a good, compelling film on its own. And that is the problem with this entire film. It simply exists to launch a franchise that never happened and doesn't stand alone, and there's no wonder it lost $95 million for the studio, because nobody wanted to see that. Everyone simply wanted another Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. It would have been The Mummy 4, it would have been called The Rise of the Aztec, and it would have starred Antonio Banderas as the villain. How amazing would that have been? Nobody wanted to see another soulless Tom Cruise movie. And that's the reason The Mummy from 1999 and The Mummy from 1932 will always be remembered, and this piece of shit will be forgotten by history. And that's why I urge you to sign my petition to have the name of the movie changed to The Dummy, starring Tom Snooze, because that's what this movie is, a snooze. And what I'm worried about is that future generations, when searching for the Mummy movie, will accidentally stumble upon this piece of shit and watch it. And that's why we have to retroactively change the title and have that change applied to all digital libraries, and, possibly find every copy of this movie in existence and burn it, because that's the only correct course of action. This film is terrible. Everything about it is awful. It's boring. It's not the good kind of bad. It is just bad. It ends with a superpowered Tom Cruise and the promise of a franchise that never happened, never should have happened, and never will happen. And that's my thoughts on this piece of mega garbage. And this has been Mega's Movie Dump. Hope you enjoyed it.